Oh, buddy, you've just captured us trying to have a cup of tea there. Here it is. It's Ginger again. We're back. Mint's being left by the curbside. I'll just keep talking for a little bit while people start joining the stream due to the persistent lag. Maybe we'll do this every time. There you go, sorted. Today I'm going to be desperately trying not to swear for the first 5 minutes as usual. Bit of a different one today. There's things that ordinarily I would have addressed privately, and I still am to a degree because no names are being mentioned and. But I'm not playing no games no more. I don't want to be part of nobody's secret squirrel club and all this shit. So I'm going to talk about something that happened this morning. And it's now personal. None of this is. What it's about is food and bellies eating radiators, isn't it? So I was contacted by a rep from a politician privately. And it's a Labour politician. Well, are they still? I don't know. So anyway, that happened. And I was asked about the things I've been saying and why I'm saying them. And I'm saying them because obviously, as you can see there, I'm the CEO of Tory Enabling Limited. just messing. I'm saying them because I don't feel like our political class is doing anything for everybody living in poverty. I say this all the time. And I'm overplaying the game, certainly since the 2019 election, of hurry up and wait. It's 2023, we're 4 years later. And at this point, given the Labour Party, all they have is freezing bills at already reprehensible levels. I'm just like, did you think I was going to say nothing? Like, I don't know. And again, it's now personal. I've heard you're a lovely lad. But the problem is that like people are stuck in this Labour bubble. And unless people speak up about it from the movement, then nothing's going to change for the better for millions of people living in poverty. So I had to say something like this today. But what I'm not going to do is mention names. Like, well, not unless anything guns out squarely in that. But my only loyalty, as always, is to the truth. The truth. And that's how it's always going to be. Simple as that. So that's why this is being done today. So I'm assuming this secret squirrel shit was so I would shut up. Do you know, I'll tell you exactly what will get us to shut up. Well, it won't make us shut up at all, but what it'll do is have me talk positively. Because I have talked positively constantly for years. But now I'm not talking positively. Like, hopefully this gets shit to moving in a positive direction for said everybody who's living in poverty, who can't pay their bills, who's frightened and has no political representation. So that's what this is. If we do not, certainly within this movement, speak up and speak out, forget what anybody else is doing, and we sort this out here, then none of this is going to work, because I'm not doing another election cycle where there's nothing for people living in poverty. Guess what? I'm 46 years old today. It's my birthday. And I'm sitting here doing this because I care passionately about poverty alleviation. I spent 20 odd years of my career directly working in communities on this. This isn't, forget podcasting and all of this carry on. This is a community work that's talking to you. Forget community work. This is a working class lad from an estate talking to you, who, where I'm from, much like where a lot of people are from, millions of people in fact, people are well in the clots, really in the clots, man. And what I'm saying is like, from the movement is navel gazing, falling back on this labourism crap, stay and fight. stay and fight. For what? I've said this till I'm blue in the face, but this is a one shot. So we'll talk about it here. The Labour Party is done. It's Romeo done. Not even 21 seconds to done. Done. So stop trying to give it this stay and fight thing when you and others just like you and the rest of this, like, whatever it is left, are doing no fighting. In fact, you're doing a lot of enabling. And I've seen the enabling, and that's why I'm talking. So enabling can come from saying things. Enabling can come from saying nothing. Or getting so sucked into this like internal Labour shit, you forget why you were elected or put in the position that you are of prominence in the first place. Is that what it is? Is it the job? Is it just being in? Like, I've seen this with politicians before. This isn't my first rodeo. And in community work, I got to quite a high level. Don't need to talk about all of that, but I was working on a national level, working with politicians, presenting my work at Parliament and all of that. So this is my first rodeo. I know a lot of this works. And a lot of it is about leverage, isn't it? So you or your representative wouldn't have contacted me at all if you felt that we didn't have leverage or with some level of influence. And I know you know that we do. So, like, let's just cut through the shit because of conversations that we've had privately and otherwise in the past. And so this is ridiculous. Like, I have no loyalty to anything but the truth. And the truth says that you need to be doing more. So let's, if we want to play this game, let's play a game. This is what not I want, but everybody living in poverty who you're supposed to be representing and not get involved in all this navel gazing and all this, the rest of this shite. Do something. Do something publicly. The time for us dialoguing privately is over. And this goes to everybody in the movement. Do it publicly. Do something bold and big publicly for people who are living in poverty, and do it quickly, and then we'll talk. Because until then, there'll be no more talking. I'm done with the dialogue, man. Because ultimately, it's all about getting us to shut up. And how can we shut up if what you're doing is clearly not about the working class? It's clearly not about the people who are living in poverty because of the things you're doing and the things you're not doing. I'm doing this because I don't trust you. I don't trust the people around you either. And that's because of how the way things have turned out. So I'm just putting this out there nicely just so we know what's going on. And there'll be no messing about either. Because, So let's do something like proper. Let's do something in good faith. Let's not mess about going, oh, well, you just like, what's all this about, man? Like, I've been clear. Watch or listen to the podcast put out. It couldn't be any more clear what I think about the so-called leaders of our movement. And that's because we're in 2023, 4 fucking years from the 2019 election. How much self-indulgence does the movement need? How much? How much navel gazing, falling back on this Labour Party, Labourism position, like you're ever going to wrestle it back off Mandelson and that? However, man, and you want to be in a party with these people, and the only solution that you seem to have for people like us is stay and fight. We didn't leave the Labour Party left us, and so should you have done. Because, well, we've seen what's happened, haven't we? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So as I say, the way to get us talking positively about you is to do something bold publicly, which demonstrates clearly whose side you are on, because I assume you've been like, no, I'll not say that. Right. You clearly know which side your bread's buttered now. we're not on the same side. So, you know, the door's always open to these things, but we're just not. And I'm not claiming to be anything like special or anything like that. You are, because you're contacting us. So this is me contacting you back. I ain't replying to your messages. I sent you just 300 words back, not sugarcoating it, making it really, really clear. And I'm angry. So many of us are angry, and so many of us have bit our bloody lips, right, for a long time. And it's just over now, man. But again, it's now personal. It's not a personal thing. Human to human, much love and respect, always. But this is just ridiculous, man. What we're going to do, shut up and then just like wave all this shit through? Well, you do now. However, man, think on. So, what else we got here? Let me have a look. There's a few different reasons, man. Like, I'm gonna like check some comments first and see what you are thinking. And like, look, I apologize that I can't name any names, and I know how people are, but like, just trust us. For me, for people I've spoken to, this is the way we've got to do it. Because there's a lot of like, well, there's a lack of trust in the movement. So things have to be done differently. And at the end of the fucking day, right, the people who fund our work fund us to, like, at times to be spokespeople for their interests and their needs. And I know that because they tell us that. So that's what this is. I would be going like completely against my moral fiber to just continue these secret little fucking bullshit conversations. Like that, a part of what got me in this mess was this and this, the whole stay and fight thing. And I saw Ben Sellers, I saw Laura Pidcock speak out about that quite recently. When so for what? It's done, man. Why? It's never getting wrested back from them. It's never going to be NEC, which has a progressive majority again. They've changed the rules. It's never going to be a progressive leader again. They've changed the rules. So evidentially, I'm right and you're wrong. So what's this stay and fight thing about? Like, it's Stockholm syndrome at this point, and I'm not playing with it. Because, look, at the end of the day, people need these people to stand up. It's not a want, it's a need. People are suffering, man, and they want to play these games. I'm not fucking doing it with you anymore, man. Nobody is. We're not doing it. Do something big and bold which benefits people, and then we can talk. Because it's not a case of like, oh, we'll do this and we'll give you that. We just literally talk about what's in front of us, or we'll write about what's in front of us, or whatever medium that we use. Like, that's what we do. That's what we've always done. So when this movement was a good thing, it was supported, got behind part of it. But it's not anymore, is it? So stop clinging on to the husk of something and let's build something new together. What are you doing, man? Do you honestly want, right? Let's put this up, right? I didn't want to have to talk about fucking Labour again. I'll get something about UFOs soon as well. And, like, it's probably going to be less outlandish than what this absolute dafty's talking about here. Here's your mate Keir Starmer once again.
He won't stand as a Labour candidate at the next election. I took the decision after his response to the Equality and Human Rights Commission that his failure to even really properly acknowledge the findings and what he said in the response afterwards was totally incompatible with the change that I was bringing about in the Labour Party. We have changed the Labour Party, Nick. We needed to change the Labour Party after the dreadful defeat in 2019, and we're not going back.
So to clarify, if you acknowledge some of your transgression and try and put it right, as Rupert Hutt did, that is some of the battle.
Yes, so okay. It depends. I mean, I'm not going to pretend what Rupa said was acceptable in any way, but she has accepted that. She has been very clear that she accepts.
Like, I've just had an absolute boatload of this fucking dafty, and I can't listen to him. But you get the crack. You've heard him say this shit many times before. It's just all bad faith nonsense and shite, and I don't understand why anybody's giving it any credence at all. because a hell of a lot of what he's speaking is misrepresentative, the sin of omission, lying, and it's just constant. And like, just because people repeat things doesn't make it real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how just because like other weak-minded people pick up on that and some fucking bullshit narrative and then repeat it, it doesn't make it real. Like, we're not going to be able to do anything in this country if we don't stand up and be brave. And I'm seeing a lot of fucking cowardice, like, whatever. That's not new. I've seen a lot of cowardice in my life generally. So it's nothing that I didn't expect to come, but it doesn't make it hurt any less when it comes, does it? So, you know, also, you want us to like be fraternizing with like people who've done this. Yes, Keir Starmer tweeting this today. Mike Gapes, why I'm rejoining the Labour Party today. Somebody who left to form a new party and try to do everything possible to stop a Labour election victory. Starmer says this, that Mike has rejoined our party shows how much we've changed our party to face the public. Root out anti-Semitism, support business and be proud of our NATO membership. I know there is more to do so we can change our country and deliver our missions for a better Britain. So this is why you're happy, is it? Yeah, look, there's Street and saying some bullshit. This from July 6th, 2016. Mike Gapes on Chilcot, I will not apologise for voting for the Iraq War. Oh, how surprising. This from Saeed Siddiqui on Twitter. Mike Gapes was MP for Ilford South CLP whilst I was secretary. After our GC endorsed Jeremy Corbyn as leader, I was racially abused and then suspended when I complained. Instead of challenging the racism, Mike expected the strongest possible disciplinary action against me. So this is what the lad has linked here. So in January 2019, meanwhile, both Mike Gapes, MP for Ilford South, and Athwell personally submitted further complaints about Siddiqui. Gapes expecting the strongest possible disciplinary action. As had the office manager of Wes Streeting, oh, he's popped up again, MP for Ilford North. All of these individuals were associated with the right of the Labour Party. In January 2018, can I just point something out? The Labour Party is a right-wing party. It's not the right of the Labour Party. If you're dobbing yourself in with these now, you've chose a side. So let's get that clear for a frigging start. Meanwhile, Siddiqui engaged lawyers to delay him being deselected as a council candidate, while supporters lobbied the NEC and GLE regarding the case. Hogan, however, continued to investigate and pursue action against Siddiqui alone for 5 months from October 2017 to February 2018, a period in which, as discussed later, the disputes inbox to which anti-Semitism complaints were being forwarded went mostly unmanaged, despite Matthew's assurances that Hogan was working on this. This was one of the main things Hogan worked on. Hogan provided just one case to the NEC Disputes Committee in January 2018, and 20% of the emails he sent into these 5 months concerned this case. So these people, you want us to be wrapped around these people, like you. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, from the Independent opinion, the Labour files exposed a toxic right-wing culture poisoning our party. You don't say. One of the quotes from above, the leaked Labour report reveals a shocking level of racism and sexism towards its black MPs. Harrowing bullying of party members by Labour's bureaucracy and the rigging of democratic processes. Oh, we have lots to do with this, can we? You serious, man? Serious? Like, serious? I'm a lifelong anti-racist. You want me to be involved with it? You've got Stockholm Syndrome, man. What you on about? I mean, I know it's nice being part of something in a community and all that, and God knows it's hard, like, standing alone sometimes when I do shit like this, right? But it's the right thing to do, man. Like, what? Like, what? Like, do you want us to just, like, lie just because I can be part of the gang or something? Fuck your gang. Do something big and bold, man. Seriously. Like, I cannot deal with the cowardice of all of this, man. Like, I'm seeing it daily, what's going on. The impact of this. It's not numbers on a screen. It's not spreadsheets. It's not some daft little fucking project that, like, does this, that, and a fucking third or highlights that. We can do the highlighting. Do something with the levers of power internally and show everybody a bit of hope. And everyone can talk, and like it's not even a case that we'll talk. I'll just say you're good because you are. It's not personal, eh? None of it is. Not one bit of it. But we all know how politics works, don't we? So if you want something from me, which you clearly do, because you think I can give you, and I have done in the past, as you're well aware, then I want something from you. And I want it on behalf of the people who fund us to do the talking and do the writing and hold people like you to account. So this is accountability. Let's see what the comments are saying, because it's my birthday. Honestly, it's really my birthday and I'm doing this. So I'm gonna go off and do birthday shit after this, after I've like edited and uploaded this entire thing and released it to our big audience that you wanted part of in the past. And you thanked with all and all of these, comments. What we got? SBJ Chef is in the house. There's something weird about the notification. I got a start time of 12:18 a day, but that's clearly wrong. That's probably down to me, mate. And I appreciate you being there and being here now. Hopefully, I'm at the minute. I'm just recovering from a road crash. Smacked my head off the earth. I'm very, very, very lucky, to be quite honest with you. And I did downplay it at the start, but I was an idiot. So I'm on sporadically at the minute until I can commit to the regular time because I'm just not very well. Like the energy's not. I've had head injuries before. I've crashed Vespas and like all kinds. And yeah, I'm just sick of getting concussions. Had a few fights, that kind of thing. So that's the one. Anyway, Joanna's saying, afternoon, Mike, it's a bit big being can echoey. Am I? Oh no. Oh God. Shit bastard.
You'll probably see now I'm not, because I've switched the friggin' mic on. Been running this entire thing off the speakers. I'm still putting it out though, because I'm not doing this again. I mean everything that I said, just listen a bit closely. This isn't really for the audience anyway, so but feel free to listen in. I mean everything I fucking say. Like, again, I'm tired of playing these fucking games. I'm not a politician. I'm a man. And I see real problems in our society and our political class, especially the people who were like, are just letting me down. So stop it. Afternoon, everybody else. Afternoon, everybody. That's in B62 Boom On, Susie, Michael Dines in the area. Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes from Slaz, Joanne, everybody. Right. But back to the show. SBJ Chef, back in the house. It's not class anymore, it's opportunity. A middle-class family reduced to a working-class existence do not think of themselves as working class. They have the same values they've always had. Absolutely spot on. Great point. Joanne, staying fight with Starmer in charge. No, indeed. Dexter Gordon, how you doing? I'm long gone. One of the fundamental aspects of democracy is to vote what you believe in. I don't believe in red Tories offering to maintain a status quo with a smiley face. You, Dexter, speak for me and so many of us that I speak to every day. And I think it's about time there was a bit of a wake-up call. And that's what this is. Without getting all like American wrestling and that. I've had enough of you, Ultimate Warrior. I'll get you at WrestleMania. So anyway, thanks for all the birthday wishes, everybody. I had to do this. Again, it's now personal, but if you want to have a go at us on the street, fine, we'll do that too. But that's not the energy I'm bringing. So, you know, do what you got to do. Have your people contact us. I'm going to air you off. Let's have a look in public. See if there's out big and bold. Then I'll contact you and go, nice one. But until then, see you later. I'm off to have me birthday. If you could do this, please, that would be good. Go to youtube.com/cowdaily. The community tab is where all the Facebook written posts are going to live from now on. Facebook, I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to have to keep mentioning this as people get on this. It's just an absolute joke, and they've been extracting the urine on monetization for a long time. So all of the energies are going towards YouTube now, because if we want to have this continue to go on, by this I mean Cow Daily, then we're going to have to get that channel monetized and up patrons and all that stuff. So I have to just really focus our energies on these things. And apparently, if you do posts on YouTube, it helps with their algorithm. More people see the work, you get paid. That's the process. So anyway, if you'd like to directly support our work, speaking without fear or favor to anybody you bloody well like, in good faith, go to patreon.com/cowdaily, patreon.com/cowdaily, holding people's feet to the fire since 1977, since I came with me ma. Anyway, all love to every single one of yous. It's a shit old game, innit? But at the end of the day, if we're not big and bold and brave, and we don't stand up for what the right thing is, then we're going to get what we've always got. And what we've always got is shit, and it's worse than it's ever been. And I don't know how anybody with a straight face can do the whole stay and fight thing when like people's bills are absolutely out of control and all Labour have got is, I will just keep them the same. Fuck off, man. Come at us when you've got something fucking worth talking about. And until then, happy birthday to me. See ya.